So hello guys, I am Kumar K, your favorite teacher for DSA plus OA plus CP. Previously I worked at Amazon and Mia.net as a software engineer. Now let's jump directly to the video, and sorry for no video yesterday. Yesterday I had my birthday, so I was occupied there. Now let's go to the video. Ram Ram. In the name of God, Ram Ram. I know that many students are giving their Amazon online assessment mainly for the internship role, then SD1 role, and then SD2 role. Okay, and they are facing very hard time in that. Now, why the hard times they are facing? It's mainly either their preparation is not good, most important reason, and the second reason is that they are doing the preparation the wrong way. They are only doing the 100 to 200 and maximum 500 standard easy standard easy lead code GFG problems, which are mainly the standard basic problems selected from love bubber sheet, striver DSA sheet, blind 75, neat code 150, things like that. Now the problem with doing these things is that they are not inherently bad, no problem. It's a good standard resource. But when it comes to top tech companies online assessment, Amazon online assessment, you cannot rely on them. In online assessment, they ask you hard unseen DSA question. That thing should be clear in your mind. That a hard unseen DSA question is going to be presented to you. So you can only solve the hard unseen question if you have lots of practice of dealing with hard unseen DSA plus OA plus CP problems on a regular daily basis. Okay, that's why I try my best to give the best daylight training for Fangam DSA interview problems and Fangam OA problems and high quality competitive programming problems. Okay. Apart from that, guys, the next caveat is that they always often end up making a very big story on the hacker rank platform. They will not ask you the question directly. It will be composing of 5 to 10 paragraphs. If we try to combine everything in one go, like the input, the output, the constraints, the big story, the different sample cases, it becomes way too big. You will have to spend few minutes in reading that large comprehension. After that, you will have to make sense of the question in 1 to 2 lines. It's not like lead code that directly it's written what is the question. No, here the question is hidden in a secret agenda of 5 to 10 paragraphs of comprehension. So your English comprehension should be very good, and the next thing is that your problem solving skills for and your critical thinking skills for hard unseen DSA questions should be very strong. Okay, that's it. For example, like 15 to 18 students of mine have cracked Amazon in July, as far as I remember. With one of them, I made the podcast video also. Like Kumar K student cracks 51 LPA off campus SD offer from Amazon. You can watch it to get better insights on how to crack a great role at Amazon. Okay, I'm really sure you can do it. Okay, now many people are having their upcoming Amazon OA. So I have made the best Amazon OA roadmap 2025 video. You can go through it. I know the exact questions which have been asked in Amazon OA in the last 5 to 8 months. So if you go through this video and you go through this document, you will get all the resources. This document is there in the description of this video. Make sure you go through it. Yes, coming to our training link. So I'm not sure if the seats are available for the new cohort, but if you're someone who wants to take their DSA OECP to the next level, who want job referrals of the top tech companies, who wants one-to-one mentoring by me and many more things like mock interviews and personal help and the best guidance and training to get the top tech jobs, full stack development, system design, and many more things, you can check this out. Okay, now let's directly jump to the problem. So guys, this problem, its name is catalog server, and before I even try to open this problem, see how gigantic is this. This problem is made of 8 images. So you have to read this whole freaking thing in just 30 minutes in the exam, and you have to solve it. First of all, the question is already hard and unseen. Okay? Second thing, understanding the question itself is lots of hard work. So how do we approach this situation? Just be relaxed and be calm. Please have faith in God, good health, and good mindset. Nothing else you need. So, what you can do is that you can pause this video, this link to the problem you will be able to find, read it, try to understand it for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you come back to this video for watching the solution or for getting some hints. Okay. So, if I try to read the question in front of you, it's going to be very big. Amazon operates a system of n warehouses, each represented by warehouse of I, then catalog Q1, Q2. It's very complicated. So, let me make it little easy for you. So, basically, they are saying that what is being said basically is that an array will be given to you and a query will be given to you. You have to solve the array with the query. For example, if I try to like take the sample input output. So let's say I take for you 2413. I'm interested in taking up 2413 for you people. So 2413. And let's say there is only one query. So you have to answer only one query. What is that query? Well, that query is 5 comma 7. Now you might be thinking that, sir, I understand we have an array 2413. I understand we have one query 5 comma 7. But what to do? Well, this is also pretty easy. Like, let me show you. 2413 and then 5 comma 7. There is only one query. Okay, I'm writing here. Q equal to 1. Q equal to 1, guys, and 5 comma 7. I'll make you fall in love with this problem. This is part 1 of the video. If you do want the second part also, let me know in the comments. Okay. So what, like after reading the whole problem, this was my final analysis for you people. Okay. And guys, in the comments, make sure you let me know things like which other company online assessment or interview guidance videos you want. Okay. We are going to bring up Amazon mock interview stuff as well in on this channel. Now, Ram Ram. I just want your knowledge to grow as much as possible. I want your brain to become strong. I want that you have that confidence in your life that you can do anything. Okay? Ram Ram. Now, basically, you need to become very strong internally. That's all that I want to say. Okay? Verify cancel the previous statement. The statement previous to previous. Okay. That's what I mean. Now, they are saying that to solve this query, you will have to try each number of the array. You will have to try each number of the array. So let's try 2. So if I try 2, you have to check how much you need to add to 2 to make it 5, the first number of the query. Like the query is in terms of pairs, right? Yeah. So how much you need to add to 2 so it becomes 5? Well, you need to add 3, right? You need to add 3. So 3 rupees have gone to make this 2 equal to 5. Now what? Now the remaining array, whatever is the remaining sum. What is the remaining sum? Well, it's pretty simple. Remaining sum is 4 plus 1 plus 3, which is coming out as 8, guys. Okay. So is this sum greater than the second number of the query? Yes. If this is greater than equal to this, then zero cost will be coming. So zero cost. Okay. So you understand, guys, that if you pick up the first number, you have to see how much cost is needed to convert the first number equal to first. How to make the first number equal to the first number of the query pair. And then whatever is the remaining sum, that should also be greater than equal to 7. It is already greater than equal to 7, so no extra cost. So total cost is 3. So guys, if you try to solve the query with the first number 2, the total cost is 3. Okay, everything is good. Now, next thing, which I think is again very important for you. Now listen and focus as I'm telling you. Okay, listen and focus as I'm telling you. It's very important to listen and focus as I'm telling you. So if you try 2, the cost is 3. Now what if I try 4? If I try 4, what's gonna happen? Okay, okay, fine. Okay. So if I try 4, what is going to happen? I'm just thinking about it. If I try 4, guys, how much cost it is going to take to make 4 to equal to 5? It is going to take 1 rupee, right? It is going to take 1 rupee. If you try to make 4 equal to 5, it's going to take 1 rupee, right? So it's going to take 1 rupee. It's going to take 1 rupee, and this is very, very important for you people. That's clear. Nice. Good. Now, what is the remaining sum? Except 4, if you try to calculate the remaining sum, what is the remaining sum, guys? The remaining sum, which is again very, very important, is 2 plus 1 plus 3, which is 6. Remaining sum is 6, and you need to make the remaining sum greater than equal to 7. So, how much power it will take to convert 6 to 7? It is going to take 1, right? 6 plus 1, 7, right? So, 1 year. So, what is the total effort which you had to put? 1 plus 1, 2. So, guys, when you try 4, the total effort is 2. When you try 2, the total effort is 3. Like this, you will try this also, you'll try this also, you'll try this also, you'll try this also. You know that when you try this procedure with 2, the cost is 3. When you try this procedure with 4, the cost is 2. Like this, you can try with other numbers. What is the minimum possible cost if you try with all the numbers in the array? The minimum possible cost will be 2. I am not showing by trying all the numbers. I only tried 2 and 4. 1 and 3 you can try yourself. So if you try all the numbers, you'll come to know that when you try with 4, the cost is kinda minimum, which is 2. So 2 is the answer for this query 5, comma 7. So we have now achieved the brute force solution for this problem in this part 1 of the video. Like in this question there was only one query, but there can be multiple queries. Okay, if I try to check it via, yeah, like if I try to check the constraints, guys, we can see that n is from 2 to 10 raised to 5, and the elements of the array can be from 1 to 10 raised to 9. There can be 10 raised to 5 query pairs. Okay, interesting. And each pair of query will be having first number and second number. First number can be as large as 10 raised to 9, and second number can be as large as 10 raised to 5, 15. Why have they given the second number so big? Does not matter much if you are using long int. Okay, no problem. But why have they given it so big? Well, they have given it so big because the second number is generally compared with the remaining sum of the array. That's why. Okay, so like a basic algorithm, I hopefully is clear to everyone that I understand that there can be multiple queries like x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2. Like this there can be multiple queries, but there will only be a single array A or a single array B. Okay, like this. So how will you solve this query x1 comma y1 with this? You will try each number, right? You will try each number. So it will take, to solve one particular query, it's going to take O of n time. You are going to travel the whole array of O of n. Each number you will try to see what happens to how much effort it needed to make it x1. And the remaining sum is what? Remaining sum is nothing but what? Total sum minus the number which you have currently selected. Then you can calculate that how much effort it takes for the remaining sum to become y1. So in O of n, this is done for the second query also. You just do O of n operations, and like this, for q number of queries, total time complexity will be O of n into q. This is not very efficient, but it at least gives us a brief idea on what to do and how to do. So now let's move towards the coding part. If you want to watch the part 2, which is very, very interesting optimization, which teaches us how to think about these hard unseen DSA problems in the FANG-MOA, please make sure you guys let me know in the comment that you want the part 2 also. I will upload the recording of part 2 for you people. I really love you all. Okay. And yes, if you are watching this video now, it you will understand part 1, part 2 very nicely if you have done some prerequisites. Okay. Prerequisite. Like this link, I'm adding it here. Now guys, let's just directly jump to the, like, let's directly, like, the output here is clear, right? It is 2. When you try with 4, when you try with 4, the cost comes as 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. So guys, now I will be trying to write a function like it was given in the Amazon online assessment. Yeah, so I think, yeah, we do not have the perfect picture, but yeah, you can see vector long. Okay, main tokens, and then warehouse, and then catalog. Okay. So yeah, we have to answer for each query, right? Okay. So like I'm trying to use JDoodle. Okay, yeah. Now listen up. Like, if I try to create the function for you, or if I try to write code directly for you, what is going to happen? Okay, listen to me very carefully. I just want you to listen to me very carefully. Let's say a vector, or let me, I'm trying to write the pseudo code now, so I will just write here array, not much, so that C++, Java, Python, all three type of people can just understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, clear? Now listen to me very carefully. Let's call it as let me just write it as B, right? The B array, and let's consider it as one based indexing. Okay, one based indexing, so we'll go from index 1 to n. Okay, so I'll call it as B of n plus 1. And then let's say that we are given some queries like this: q of n plus 1 2, or let's call it as 3. Okay, this is also using one based indexing. Okay. Okay, so now let's say you will first take the, like, in the actual Amazon OE, do not need to take the input, but here I am just showing you the input stuff. So I'm writing for loop in a shortcut way: FO I comma 1 comma n, and then I just read the B of I value. Okay, so this is clear. You can write it in your preferable programming languages. And now let me just read, like, if you want, I can write things like for I equal to 1, I less than equal to n, and I plus plus. Okay, now let's just read the queries, right? So I equal to 1. Okay, I had to take the input of n and q also, right? So n is the size of the array, and q is the number of queries. So I equal to 1, or I can use something like j also, right? So let me just show it to you people here: j equal to 1, j less than equal to q. Always speak like this to the interviewer, so you can pass the fangam interview as well. Okay, so j equal to 1 and j less than equal to q, and then j plus plus. Okay, so I will just read a few things here. I will be reading b of j of 1, and then I will be reading b of j of 2. Okay, so let's say I read those things. Now after reading those things, what am I supposed to do? You just need to increase your focus as much as possible. So after reading these things, obviously this is the q2d array, right? Qj1 and qj2. Now how will you solve each query? So if I try to solve the each query, I equal to 1, I less than equal to q, I plus plus, in the actual question you have to store this answer in some array. Okay, so how will you solve it for each query? So let's call x1, let's call x1 as q of I of 1 and y1 as q of I of 2. Okay, so these things are clear to you people. Very nice, great, 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 awesome. Ram ram. Now guys, you need to know the which element you are trying, right? So you are going to try all the elements, right, from 1 till the nth element of the array. So j equal to 1, j less than equal to n, j plus plus. So we are nicely trying all the elements of the array. Whichever gives the minimum cost, that is our answer. So I will initialize my cost as very big initially, like cost is equal to infinity. If you want, you can just write it as 10 raised to 18 in C++, and Java Python, you can just use infinity stuff. You need to know the total sum of the array, right? So let me write it here as TOT sum, or let me just write it as t equal to 0, the total sum. So t plus equal to bi. So I want that the t becomes equal to x1, right? Not t. I mean, if I'm trying, let's say this is b of 1, right? This is b of 1. So I want b of 1 becoming equal to x1, right? So if my bj is less than x1, in that case, the like let's write the first element of the cost as c1 equal to 0. Okay, in that case I will just write that c1 is equal to c1 plus how much effort it will take to make bj equal to x1. It will take x1 minus bj effort, baby. So this is clear. Okay, now similarly, the remaining sum, what will be the remaining sum? If I try to write the remaining sum in front of you people, well, the remaining sum is going to be the total minus bj. Okay, so now what we want is that this remaining sum guys should become greater than equal to x2. So if it is already greater than equal to x2, no problem. Same here, if bj is already greater than equal to x1, no problem. But if it is less than x2, then the problem happens. If it's less than y1, okay, I hope you understood that the initial number needs to become x1 and the remaining sum needs to become y1. If they are already greater than equal to x1, if bj is greater than equal to x1, no problem. If remaining sum greater than equal to y1, no problem. But if either of them or both of them is strictly less than x1, or the remaining sum is less than y1, you need to be very careful about the cost. So c2 equal to, just let me quickly write it in front of you. So it is going to be y minus, I think this ram ram. Always chant the name of the supreme god Ram Ram in every ingoing and outgoing breath. Ram Ram. Now, guys, what I want to tell you is that what will be the total cost? Total cost is going to be yeah. Cost is going to be like, we are going to try this thing for all the j indices, right? Initial cost is infinity, so we have to take minimum of all the possibilities, right? So cost is min of cost comma c1 plus c2. C1 for making our current number reach x1, and the remaining c2 for making the remaining sum reach y2 if needed. That's it guys, and I'll print the cost. You can see one loop here, o of q. It will take o of q time, and it's gonna take o of n time. Okay, ram ram. Now this thing is done, that thing is also done. So in the end, all you have to do is that you have to print the cost. Now guys, we are going to go towards the optimization in the part 2 of the video. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this session. Take care, good night, love you all, ram ram.